Welcome, Seeker. Tonight, we step beyond the veil. Tonight, we unravel one of the most misunderstood symbols in the mystical world. Tonight, we speak of death, not the kind that ends a heartbeat, not the kind that silences the breath, but the kind that awakens the soul. Tonight, we look closer at the enigmatic, terrifying, and yet deeply transformative Death Tarot card. And perhaps by the end of this journey, you'll realize it was never about dying, it was always about becoming. Let me take you back to the beginning of it all, to a truth buried in myth, to a story older than the cards themselves. In the dawn of time, when stars were still whispering their first lullabies, and the earth was a cradle of elemental force, there lived a bird unlike any other, the phoenix. It was said her feathers shimmered like molten gold, like the last rays of a dying sun. Her eyes held the sadness of lifetimes and the fierce determination of rebirth. No other creature had her beauty, her courage, or her fate. You see, the phoenix was eternal, but she was not exempt from change. She lived through centuries, watching empires rise and fall, mountains crumble into oceans, lovers part and reunite under new names and new stars. But when her time came, she didn't resist. She didn't flee. She prepared. She accepted the sacred law of transformation. With grace and ritual, she gathered sacred herbs, myrrh, cinnamon, frankincense. She built her funeral pyre, not out of fear, but out of devotion. As the sun set in perfect alignment with her birth star, she perched in her nest and sang. It was a song so haunting, so full of loss and longing, that even the wind paused to listen. Trees leaned forward, the sky shimmered, and as the last note quivered into silence, she ignited. Flames engulfed her body. Smoke rose like incense to the gods. Her old self burned, her ancient feathers turned to ash. But that was not the end. From the ashes, in silence, in darkness, in the hush that follows transformation, a new form stirred, a fledgling, a new phoenix, born of fire, born of surrender, born of the sacred art of letting go. She did not rise broken, she rose reborn. She rose with purpose. The phoenix lives on today, not just in myth, but in the archetypes that guide us. She lives in the tarot. She lives in the death card. Now take a breath. Don't look away. Don't recoil, because this card isn't here to harm you. It's here to liberate you. In the Rider-Waite deck, the death card is a striking image. A skeleton clad in black armor riding a white horse. Underfoot, a fallen king, but also present, a child with wide eyes, a maiden praying. a sun rising between twin towers in the distance. It is not a sunset. It is a sunrise. What looks like an ending is, in truth, the beginning of something new. The death card is a mirror, and mirrors don't lie. They reveal. The death card doesn't say, "You will die." It says, "What must die within you to set you free? What skin must be shed? What identity have you outgrown? What attachment do you clutch like an anchor, even as it drags you into shadow?" This card is not cruel. It is clear. It speaks of the jobs you've outgrown but cling to, the relationships that feel more like echoes than songs, the beliefs you inherited but no longer believe. And yet, we resist. Because we fear endings, we think if something dies, we lose. But the death card doesn't come to take. It comes to transform. It doesn't erase. It transmutes. It doesn't punish. It prayers. It doesn't abandon. It awakens. To move forward, you must leave something behind. To become who you are meant to be, part of who you are now must dissolve. This isn't a cruel punishment. It's the price of evolution. The snake sheds its skin not in pain, but in necessity. The caterpillar doesn't fight the cocoon, it becomes it. The moon must wane before it waxes again. And you are no different. You too have phoenix fire. You too have chapters that must close for the next one to be written. You are not meant to stay still. You are meant to bloom, wither, and bloom again. Astrologically, the death card is ruled by Scorpio, the water sign of mystery, passion, and transformation. Scorpio governs the deep, the things we don't say, the emotions we repress, the trauma we bury. To embrace the death card is to walk into your own underworld. Like Inanna descending to the underworld, stripping away ego, title, and mask at every gate. But you don't descend to die. You descend to reclaim. What truth waits for you in your darkness? What power have you hidden in your shadows? What treasure is waiting beneath the grief? The death card says, go there. The rebirth is worth it. Always, after death, comes rebirth. The card that follows is temperance, balance, alchemy, healing. After the fire comes peace. After the letting go comes lightness. When you honor the death card, you make space. Space for your soul to expand. Space for joy, for clarity, for purpose. You don't just survive the fire, you are forged by it. You are not your past, you are what rises from it. So the next time you draw the death card, don't rush to reshuffle, don't apologize, don't fear. Pause. Listen. Feel the phoenix stir inside you. She's not afraid of endings. She knows that the only way to truly live is to die 1,000 small deaths and be reborn in every breath. You are not broken. You are becoming. You are not lost. You are being guided. You are not alone in the fire. You are the fire. You are the ashes. You are the wings. You are the phoenix, and you are ready. Subscribe to Mystique, her for whispered wisdom, sacred symbols, and tarot truths that awaken your soul. Let go. Something greater awaits. What part of you is ready to fall away and rise anew? Share your phoenix moment in the comments. Your story may spark someone else's rebirth. And if these whispered truths speak to your soul, subscribe to Mystique, her for sacred stories, tarot wisdom, and reminders that even in the ashes, there is light.